So what's up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into the Colourpop Mad About Hue palette. So of course y'all know they came out with a colorful palette and the mega palettes. I've been waiting on them to come out with a mega palette I was actually interested in, besides the what is it, the It's a Mood palette. That's still my all-time favorite Colourpop big palette that I recreated myself. But this one I was excited about as well because it's colorful matte shadows at an affordable price. Y'all know I love to show y'all affordable options to expensive high-end stuff I already have. So to me, this was definitely something I had to get. I was not a fan of the If You Like palette. I think that was the name of it. Wasn't that the name of the rainbow? No, Fade to Hue. That's the one I wasn't a fan of. It had the pressed glitters in it, and then a lot of the formulas didn't work that well. So I'm hoping they got a better formula going on with this one, because a lot of those weren't pigmented or weren't sticking on the lid like I was hoping. But this is what she looks like. Now y'all know I gotta do my comparisons for all my 533 different rainbow palettes. As usual with them, they always had to include some neutrals. Like they don't put neutrals in everything else. Like down here, as you can see, these are more neutrally like tones. I wish they had just stuck to the color theme and did brighter ones and then deeper ones, and then, you know, like not insisted on putting the browns in, but it's them, so they just had to do something like that. They couldn't leave well enough alone. Let's get to the comparison. So I have the Impressionism palette from, what is it, Kylie Beauty now? It used to be Musée Beauty, but this is what they look like side by side. Y'all know I got plenty of rainbow things to choose from, so won't be surprised if we just sitting here 5 minutes looking at rainbow palettes. I have the Art Nouveau. Now, I didn't do a video on this. I asked you all if you wanted to see one, but I guess you thought it took too long to buy it, so I didn't get to do one. I think it was 20 or 30% off because one of the owners ended up getting engaged. This is what it looks like side by side. So as you can see, it's more of a traditional, I guess somewhat traditional rainbow palette. Now my classic OG, my all-time favorite, my very first all matte rainbow palette, y'all should already know what I'm talking about, is the Color Rain Vivid Precious Pigments and Shadows palette. Mine is well loved. As you can see, this mirror is quite dirty and disgusting, and I love this palette. So I honestly want to do a battle of this palette and this palette just to see how they're going to perform side by side and see if it's just as good my Color Rain like I did with the Blend Bunny one. But I figure y'all would rather see a Blend Bunny review over that one, so I'll probably do a Blend Bunny review over it, and then I'll just do an Instagram or a TikTok side by side of these two to see which one performs the best. But I had to show y'all this because this is my all-time favorite rainbow palette from back in the day. Like y'all, five old school eyeshadows from YouTube I can't let go. Spoiler alert, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure I put that in the video. Now next, y'all know I had to get my Blend Bunny Cosmetics palette and show it against this one. Now this one is the one I will most likely do a battle of the with, because I feel like you all be more interested in this one versus the Colourpop one, especially since everybody loves the blends palette. We can see if you can have an alternative one that will work halfway decent. I don't expect it to work like Maggie's formula at all. Maggie's formula is amazing, and I don't see Colourpop like going even with it, but you know, we can try it out and compare it. And next I have the Primal palette from the same brand. She just came out with this one recently. I gave y'all 3 eye looks with this palette. I'll try to remember to link it up above, but I used it alongside the All I Ever Wanted Volume 2 from the brand Unearthly Cosmetics. It used to be Alien Cosmetics. Their owner is Hayden Haunts here on YouTube. This is what this brand looks like. And Maggie has her own Instagram page. It's Blend Bunny, and then obviously Blend Bunny Cosmetics. Next, y'all know I have to do the Carnival Tahiti Love, sorry, Carnival 3 Tahiti Love. I heard she's supposed to be coming out with another palette too soon. I hope so, and I heard there are other products coming along with it. I think like eyeliners or something. So I'm excited about that because this was the first one I bought, and you can see why. Look at the colors, I absolutely love it. And then when I tried the formula on it too, I had heard the formula was good, but I was like, the color stories I wasn't feeling. She just did 2 rainbow palettes to start off with, but then when she came out with this one, y'all know I love purple. Look how much purple is in this palette. That alone made me buy it, but that's what it looks like side by side. I do have her other one as well, the Antidote. I ended up buying that because it went on sale, and it went on sale semi-close to when it came out, so I was able to get a deal, but otherwise, I most likely wouldn't have bought that. Next, I got Play It Jewel. And this is what she looks like. Now, keep in mind, I did switch out some of the shades in my Play It Jewel. Oh, and the shade just popped out completely, as y'all saw. I'm going to try to repress that and see how that goes. I believe that's a shade that had broke out of my, well, it's my Pleasure palette. So let's see if I can swoop it up off my seat and put it back in there, because I don't have to buy it again. Hold, please. Okay, lastly, I have the Cake palette from Glam Light alongside the, what is it, Matte About Hue palette. So here they are side by side. I was going to bring my Viseart Grande Pro Volume 3, but I don't think it has enough of the colors in it. Like, if I remember correctly, that one doesn't have the purples. So that's why I didn't bring it. I tried to bring ones that had all the colors in it. And then I wanted to show you a Colourpop palette that was, you know, similar. Even though it was just more like jewel tones. Because I feel like that palette would have been a good, palette mashup or companion palette to this palette. So that's why I showed it. But we're going to go ahead and do a matte look with this one. I'm thinking about doing a just monochromatic one real quick to get a look done. So y'all know me, I'm looking at the blue roll like ooh, because I feel like I haven't done a blue eye look in a while. So I feel like it'd be okay to do a blue eye look, but I'm also looking like, well, we could do blue, green, and purple across the lid with a matte color to it and make that work. Like put the blue on the outer V here, and then we could put like this brighter green right here and this pastel like purple on the lid. And then maybe like this blue in the inner corner or something. Or just do both the blues and the greens. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But let me zoom you on in real quick so we can go off camera and get whatever it is done. But if you're curious what's on my eyes right now, I have on the new Beauty Bay New Mood palette. So I actually did a Battle of Love with this in the Made by Mitchell Do You Want Some Mama Milk palette. That should be up, I think, at the end of this week. I'm trying to pre-film ahead of time because my son's birthday is this month. So when his birthday weekend comes, I want to make sure that he has everything that he needs or has whatever he wants for the weekend to happen. And I already have stuff pre-filmed. So I already have stuff pre-filmed for that. I'm just trying to get this video up early in this week because I know this palette came out, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, but y'all know it takes Colourpop forever to ship out stuff. They can make stuff in 20 minutes, but it takes them 2 months to get it to your doorstep. And since they come out with stuff every 20 minutes, it doesn't help that they can't get it to your doorstep in 20 minutes like Amazon can. So I'm gonna go off camera, figure out life, and then I'll return with an eye look. Obviously, I'm not gonna take off the lower lash line because, yeah, no, that's not happening. But that's why I'm thinking about staying in the blue category too, because at least, you know, the lower lash line will match the top part. Anyway, I will return. So this is what I came up with. I got this nice little pink brow bone situation, and then I did 2 different blues. You can't tell I did 2 different blues, which I'm kind of disappointed by. I got the bright green I talked about, and I mixed 2 purples toward the front of the eye first to get whatever's going on here, because I'm kind of confused myself. No, but I told y'all I've been liking pink on the brow bone recently, so that's why I put the pink in the brow bone and in the crease, just because that's what I've been liking. So let's get some eyeshadow primer on, and then we can get to the eye look. We all like, it's been a long work week and it just started today. I'm just like, this is exhausting going to work lately. Then coming home and knowing Adrian's about to go back to school again. My son Adriangameover. It's just like, oh, here we go with this again. Cause like, while he was out of school, I didn't have to worry about, you know, like waking up super early at least. I could like sleep. But it's like now I gotta get up to take him to school. Then I gotta go to I gotta get back up to pick him up and then start getting ready for work an hour after that. So it's gonna be a whole disaster. So I started off with the shade Crazy Cool. This one right here, this light pink. That's what we have on the brow bone. Then I took Type A on the outer V. Then I took Ping Pong and put it on top of that, which you couldn't tell at all. I took Gone Meta. That's the green that we have on the lid. And then I mixed Do or Die here and IGLU here to get the purple that you see in the front. Then obviously I use Got Ice as my inner corner shade. So we're gonna start off with the pink Crazy Cool. Just start patting it on here. I like this baby pink type shade. It looks really nice. And I'm definitely here for this color. I'll probably rewrite this look tomorrow and just change like the lower lash line color so I can get a better thumbnail, because it's like I think 3 something in the morning now, so I'm not gonna get like a really good thumbnail. Plus my foundation and stuff looks a mess. I have it on the Halo Glow and I mixed it with the Charlotte Tilbury. I feel like it's looking quite orangey and crazy, so I want a fresh face and hopefully I can get like a cute picture of this eye look then, because right now it is not it. It is not it at all. Take the clean brush and just dust over all this stuff. And now we're going to go into the dark blue shade I started off with, like I said, Type A. yeah, y'all, it's almost time for us to go back to school, so I gotta get used to getting up at the crack of dawn, 3 hours after going to bed, and then trying to force myself to go back to sleep, and then randomly waking up at like 2:45, and then trying to get ready for work at like 3:30. Because what I used to do is when I would take him to school, I'd like get ready. I mean, after I picked him up from school, I would eat lunch, I would get ready, and then I would take a nap so that when 5 o'clock came, I could just get up and leave. I guess I keep not focusing because I keep like moving the brush to blend the eyeshadow. But yeah, so I started off with this shade, and then I went into like I said, ping pong, but it doesn't really show up when I do it, which I was kind of disappointed about, because I thought I picked a bright enough color to where it would show, but of course on this side of this, yeah, it just makes me look like a liar. Thank you so much. But see, like, I feel like it doesn't show up enough when I do it for you to see the variation in color when I put on the eye. Why does this brush look scratchy? Anyway, I ended up having to cover it up with the green because I felt like it wasn't showing up enough initially when I did this eye, so. Just dust up underneath all around there like so. Now, y'all, this palette has so much kick up, it's ridiculous. Like, the kick up is insane. We're gonna take Gone Meta now and start putting that on the lid. Let's start patting that right in this area here. Y'all remember I went to the Weekend concert like at the end of last month with one of my friends, and I had did like a simple makeup look. Like, I ended up doing the look I did from the Natasha Denona mini bronze video, believe it or not, because I was in a rush and I was like behind with picking up my friend or going to my friend's house in order for us to get the Ubers. So since I was behind on doing that, I was like, let me go ahead and do a simple eye look, because I still had to do my hair too, and I had got up later than I expected to because we went out the night before, and you know I don't go out that much, so like the fact that I had to go out like back-to-back nights, I was like, oh, this is a lot. I'm an old woman. No. See, look at this fallout, y'all. It's real. Now on the other side it didn't do that, so now I'm just even more annoyed because it didn't have all this fallout on that side. Now I got this underneath my eye, and since I didn't do my makeup here, it's like it's gonna take a lot to fix this, so I'm definitely gonna have to redo this eye look tomorrow just to give y'all a thumbnail, because I don't need green underneath my, directly underneath my eye, and then I feel like I'm not necessarily liking the way my eyeliner is looking either, so it's just a whole hot mess. But you know, we're gonna get through the look on camera, and then you'll get a cute picture tomorrow for Tuesday's eye look, because Monday you're gonna see the new Mood palette from Beauty Bay. Just trying to pack this shade back up, and I feel like it's not packing well on this eye like it was on the other one. I'm trying to dust as best as I can there. Excuse me. It looks pretty good. So now let me put a little bit more blue back, because I feel like on the left side it's looking more blue, and the blue is further up. I don't know why I'm acting like I'm so concerned, like I'm not finna do this look again tomorrow, but you know, I'm so used to having to take the thumbnail when I'm done, till I'm like, no, it must be perfect. So now let's go into the purple. So we're gonna start off with the shade Do or Die, and it's spelled like, you know, tie-dye dye. So then start off a kind of shaping and patting at the same time. So I'm shaping, like going up like this, and then I'm patting to blend it into the other shade it's supposed to go into. And now we're gonna go into the shade underneath it to give it a little bit more color, because I thought it was gonna be lighter and more lilac-y, and I didn't like the way it was looking when I did it that way. So the pink is gonna end up being the lightest shade besides the inner corner shade, but I want to use all different gradients of shades so you can see how all different shades performed in the palette. So that was the purpose of doing like the way I did it, so that way you can see all the different colors. I don't know what it is about the green not packing up on this side of the eye, because as you can see, I feel like it's more vibrant on the other side of the eye, but on this one it's just like, yeah, no. There we go. So maybe I'm just have to not wipe it off and then just blend some more blue over it, because I feel like it's more blue on this side than it is on this side. So let's go back into the blue and just go around the edges of this, and then I'll take my clean brush and hopefully it won't take off too much of it. Because I feel like I just have to go back and forth a lot till I get the gradient that I'm hoping for. Yes, see, this is what I want about right about there. And right about here. And then just clean brush over everything. That's looking better. Okay, so let's get into this inner corner shade now. Called Got Iced. Pop that right into here. Okay, that's looking as good as we about to get. I probably shouldn't rub this in because then I'm gonna look like an Incredible Hulk. Underneath the eye here, if you can't tell, all this green fall out here, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, let's back on up and give my thoughts now that I have used the palette. So, I would just say stick to whatever rainbow palette you normally have. I don't feel like this is anything exceptional. I hate to sound bogus, but the blends palette runs circles around this palette. And if I remember correctly, isn't this like $34 or something? Just get the Blend Bunnies Blends palette instead. Want to invest in. Plus, she has lots of sales off that I've posted in my community tab plenty of times where she's had 25% off sale. So that easily gets you some coins off. Plus, you can use Code Cage Makeup and get some coins off of this palette as well. So I just say go ahead and get the blends palette. Don't waste your time buying this one. I have this one to show like all alternatives, and I'll show y'all look side by side so you can see how better the pigmentation is this against this one. But yeah, just go buy Maggie's palette, the blends palette, the original, or get the primal one if you prefer to have some shimmers to go along with your mattes. I feel like that one's a little more jewel toned than this one if you just want a classic matte palette. Or go ahead and get my Color Rain Vivid Pressed Pigments and Shadows palette. It has a lot of the same colors in it, and you see it has a little bit of pastels to it. But I would just say buy the blends palette. Like, I'm not impressed with this palette one bit. All is falling on my face. The fact that I feel like the colors don't blend on. I mean, they blend on each other fine. It's just for the price you're paying with this one. I know Maggie's is only going to be a few more, and it's going to be a million times better. So just go ahead and get that one. So I mean, that's pretty much it. Sorry. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Let me know if you actually want to see the video of me putting these side by side, and we can go ahead and do that. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Remember, you all are diamonds. Be blessed, girl. Bye.